So while you're reading, I'm gonna stop you.
Good to see you.
Joshua, you guys that do that.
Yeah. Yeah, how are you?
I'm doing good.
You can sit over here with me.
Yeah.
You guys can just put your name and address on this makeshift sign-in sheet. Appreciate it.
I'll all the stuff I've touched today, it's, I'm just joking. My humor. Thank you. For thinking of me.
I thought Josh would sit here.
We're just keeping it a good distance here.
You guys can
All right.
mind signing in on the
Oh,
sheet
sure.
there by the
Yeah.
podium. Thanks.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay. You know, I'll do it. There.
Gotta figure out how to mute this. Huh? Once you just press that mute button. There you go. Okay. We've done some Zoom meetings.
Never have actually been the host for one.
So, what I gotta do is get that to call into here. I don't think it's done that. There we go. There we go. Is anybody a Zoom expert?
We got,
We're in trouble. Are you? Do you know who does? You know how to do it?
we had to do it a little bit.
Okay, you're better than me.
Try to get within a couple feet of you.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got that. I did have it. So this is, if you look over here, this is our camera.
Right.
Just think of this as our camera.
Yeah.
Okay, so I need to make sure that's what, when people join the meeting, that's what they see is this.
But right now they're seeing you.
Yeah, right now they're seeing this
Doesn't that mean
camera.
that this should be the person controlling the.
So say, can you
First,
flip flop it? And
like if sign
if you log in
something
here,
up,
then your account
See?
should have the camera access to.
This is the camera. So she had it set up, so, okay, now all of a sudden it has you.
there it is.
Now we're getting it.
I
Now,
think,
Okay.
I think it may move, there was someone moves or something like that, it picks up on
no, I don't think so. This is just a real simple setup. So it's this laptop is called in, all right? And then that's the screen that I'm supposed to show.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
that's,
how do I get that? This is what's broadcasting right
so
here.
up there is what that right now they would see what you want them to see. I
So I click on that, I click on this,
believe so. If you
and
can enlarge that.
mute chat.
And it might be something where if you have it for a certain time, it'll go large time. We want to get our speaker.
Yeah, we'll try. We'll
One card we haven't given up yet. That blue button do that.
this one.
And the next one over is
there. You
Okay, there's
see every other
Kyle.
camera
so all the
on there.
people that
So
are
Yeah.
joining. So I think
So this is what they're seeing.
they'll see that at large.
Okay.
You just currently don't see it, but there should be a way that you also I'll be interested when it starts if it doesn't go large for you.
Yeah. And I was supposed to bring up a PDF.
No, I do this here.
Well, I've seen it done with a bunch of kids, and every time the kids wanted to talk, they would like click and they would, otherwise it would be on mute. And the teacher could control who was the one that everybody saw. Even though they could see, there's only one that could talk at the time.
Were they not going to be here? Because I've got Kyle, I got Tammy.
Yeah, most of them are they're on virtual.
Hello,
Hi.
can you hear me?
So you might, maybe you should.
We have a quorum on there.
Tammy?
Tammy, can you hear me?
I can.
This is Scott Resky. How are you?
Hey, Scott.
You were supposed to be here to help me with Zoom.
Oh, really?
So I'm just kidding.
I could call Sue from my office. She's our resident expert.
Does it look like we've got this set up right? Because Kayla and Rachel went on vacation. Well, Kayla did, and then Rachel's needed the day off.
Well, I see like basically the computer screen, which is probably, it's got the Pendleton, downtown Pendleton Town Hall in the background, and then this sound box. And the right-hand corner shows a picture of the seats.
Yeah, record those.
I think it is. No, I don't want to do that.
I think we're okay.
I think it is
Not perfect, but
recording.
it's good enough.
Yeah, it's recording. I think that's what this is right here.
Just muted.
It says recording on the top left-hand corner.
Good deal.
Do you see where it says it's recording?
She said that she's watching. Yeah, thanks. That's your suspicious there.
Okay.
Okay, so is it a quorum with 3 of us?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, and that BZA screen, is that our attorney?
That's me, Resky.
Oh, okay. Do we have an attorney present
yeah,
as well?
Jeff is sitting right next to me.
Okay, great.
What I could do is turn it to him.
Hey there. All right.
Good.
So I see there's one attendee, but I don't know that there are any petitioners present.
Yeah, I believe that we do have petitioners present. They're behind us. We have no members of the BZA present. And then if you'd like President Bowman, if you'd like to call, or Chairman Bowman, if you'd like to call the meeting to order officially, we could go ahead and get started and then begin with the roll call.
Okay, it does appear there's a quorum present tonight, so I would like to call the meeting to order at 7:02, and if you would lead us in a roll call.
Tammy Bauman,
Present?
Mila Zafar,
Present?
Kyle Icorn,
Here.
Mike Romack, Kirby McLaughlin. Quorum is present.
Okay, it doesn't appear that we're seeing the documents as yet. So Jeff, could you direct us a little bit through the agenda? I know we have a conditional use first.
Sure, the first thing we have, and we could continue this, we have approval of meetings for your February and your June meeting. Those are in your Zoom folders online. We are having technical difficulties to get those to show up here on the screen. If you would like, we can continue, or we can table that until the next meeting when we have an opportunity to look at them on the screen. Or if you're comfortable, we could. They are present here in the room and on the Google folder, Google Drive. We could pass those here this afternoon or this evening. It's up to you.
Any conversation from the board on that matter?
We could look at them. One thing is, I think I noticed, there are a couple gentlemen that are on this board that have never attended meetings. And on one of the minutes, I think we had passed it and didn't realize it said that they were present.
Which one's that, Camila?
I'm gonna have to
Okay.
pull up on website and tell you. But I mean, I'm wondering, do they even respond that they're not attending, or do they even know they're on this board?
I'll find out. I don't know the answer to that. That's a good question. Well, if there are some possible mistakes, and it'd be my recommendation that we table the approval of minutes into August, and we've got to get things a little bit back to normal. You've had a chance to review them. We can get them up on the screen for you to look at. And Jamila, if you identify that mistake as far as attendance, feel free to send it to me, and we'll get that amendment done.
Okay,
Okay, so I propose we table those until we can meet in person.
I second.
Okay, all in favor then, say aye.
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 Okay, thank you. So if we can move on to the next item on the agenda, Jeff, what is that?
Sure. The next item is under old business, a conditional use 0419 2016-02, 627 Falls Park Drive, J. Hubble Pelton Athletic Club. And he provided an email to Rachel Christensen. I'll go ahead and read it since this was sent on June 15th. This is from J. Hubble, CrossFit Pendleton. Rachel, as you know, per Governor Holcomb's orders, we had to shut down our gym from March 18th until May 25th. With the loss of business on the CrossFit side and baseball, softball side, this created a huge financial burden for our business's finance. We were forced to pull from our paving budget to maintain our operating costs during not only this closure, but also during the early time of reopening while members are still apprehensive to return because of the virus. Also, we do not know what the fall and winter may bring with another potential wave of the virus hitting, which could impact us even more so. Hopefully you understand these tough economic times have been a real struggle for us as a small business, especially being open less than 3 years and still carrying many startup costs. We love being a business in our small town of Pendleton and truly believe our services have positively made the community a healthier, stronger place. We want to continue to have this positive impact on the community. So while we are still in the process of recovery and recouping from the current health crisis and the unknown of a potential second wave that's being forecasted by the CDC for the fall winter 2020 and 2021, we sincerely hope you can delay the June 20th, 2020 deadline for paving our parking lot until next year. The three quotes for paving we have received range from $50,000 to $70,000, and spending that amount of money at this time with so many unknowns in our future could have a detrimental impact on our business. Thank you for understanding the business crisis we're facing now. J. Hubble, CrossFit Pendleton. And what this is a conditional use that this board previously approved with a deadline to have the parking lot done. And they are asking for an amendment to that conditional use to allow them more time. I'd say that's fair to say. Is the petitioner here? Could you come up to the microphone,
Yep.
please?
Jay Hubble here. You pretty much completely covered everything that we were planning on saying here. But yes, we had planned on doing the June deadline, and then obviously, as everyone knows, March to May got pretty chaotic, so we had to pull from that budget that we had planned on using that entire time, just to cover our everyday costs, whether that be utilities, loans, with us putting a lot of money into the building and only being open for less than 3 years, and then just our insurance payments on top of that. We, more so than anyone, we want to have that parking lot paved as soon as possible, but right now it's just not a great time for us to spend that kind of money, with us being the small business that we are, and we're just looking for an extension to hopefully be able to push that back to whatever time we can get practically work out, maybe next year, with it being with the winter coming up, but kind of just going from here and seeing what our options are.
You asking for a 1-year extension on the deadline?
That would, yeah, because we really want it paved, so 1 year. I mean, we had planned on having it paved before this. Like I said, we've been putting money to the side, kind of.
1 year, but depending on the virus, what happens.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, you can always ask for another one of these, and the board here will make the decision.
I'm not sitting here trying to say, let's extend out 2 years, but no one really knows what's gonna happen this fall or this winter. And that's kind of a scary thing. So who knows? I mean, we get shut down for 3 months, 6 months, or whatever because of this virus. We may want to extend it out further than 1 year, but 1 year would be great, would really help us.
like many of our community small business, our finances, our business feeds off of people in person. So like my dad was saying, the future is kind of up in the air, but if it's anything, hopefully it's not, but if it's anything like between March and May, we took a pretty big financial hit, just like I said, a lot of, I know, small businesses did. Yeah, and still trying to recover from that. So we're just trying to do whatever we can to stay in business and continue to hopefully be a part of this community and small business. So.
And BZA, we're getting guided from a hand above to put this, the documents now up on the screen for your review. You can see the history of this property. I do know that back at this, there was an extension previously granted back on June 19, 2018, an additional year to complete the parking lot. That was already extended to, again, in September of 2019, and then of course, we all know what happened in March. So, board, are there any questions for the petitioner?
If I may,
Yes, sir.
so staff gives a recommendation to approve.
Okay, any discussion or questions for the petitioner from board members?
No.
Kyle, no?
No, my only question was going to be what the staff recommendation was, so that was answered. So I'm okay with it.
Okay. Does anyone have a motion on this? Or would anyone like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the extension for 1 year as recommended by staff.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Okay, Jeff, did you capture those?
Yes, all got them all.
All right, very good.
We truly appreciate it, and like I said, we more so than anyone, plan and are excited to eventually be able to pay the parking lot. So thank you.
Great. Best of luck.
Good
All
luck.
right.
Who's the other person with you?
Some old man follows me around.
No, who's the lady with you? Is
That's my mother,
that Dawn?
Dawn. Yeah.
There you are. Good to see you.
I don't know, classmate.
Yeah,
Your daughter, or you. Almost his age, you know.
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
See
Thank
ya.
you.
Thanks.
Okay, what do we have up next, Jeff?
Next is just it's for conditional use on the stable or the findings of fact you've already passed the signed. That's, we can do that some other time. If, with your permission, we can move on to new business.
Yes, let's do that.
Next agenda item is variance for fence height, variance 07-21-20, 20-01 at 121 to 125 North Pendleton Avenue. Petitioner is Ring Investments, and it's about a fence height variance, and you can see there in your, on the screen and in your packet, on the second page there, what exactly they're seeking. Or actually, it's on the first page. At least they want a 7-foot 6-inch fence that runs parallel to the adjacent fence of the same height. I do not know off the top of my head what the ordinance states fence height.
I believe it's 6.
6 feet. Is that right? Okay, and they're asking for a development variance, move that from 6 feet to 7 feet. The staff does recommend approval as written up in the staff report, exactly as presented by Mr. Ring. And he is here today. You, Mr. Ring? This Mr. Ring.
This is Mr. Ryan. Go ahead.
Yeah. So anyway, all we're seeking is, if you look at the far right of that picture, you'll see where the property to the west of us extends up higher than our fence. It's in the last 2 panels. And actually they go quite a bit further. We have about 3 panels there that we just want to take our fencing up as high as their fencing. It won't impede anyone's view from any place. And it's actually, it's 16 inches. So it'd make that fencing 7 foot 4 inches. So that's pretty much it.
And did you mention staff recommends?
Yeah, the staff recommends that as presented by the petitioner that it be adopted. So that's high recommendation the staff can give. They haven't changed. Does the board have any questions for Mr. Rain?
Have any of the neighbors responded or weighed in on this?
It's all been positive. I'll say that. Like I say, as you can see in that picture, our next door neighbor, which is Heather Upton, they come over and look at the fence and tell us how great it looks. And we're just going up to the top of their fence. Essentially, their fence towers over our fence. And,
Yeah, I know. I remember I was here when they got the variance for their fence.
Yeah,
So
right.
I figured they might have had something to say just in favor, but
We
That's
did,
what I
yeah,
asked.
we did, staff did receive, thanks for bringing that up. They did receive an email earlier this week, and they was requesting that this board approve the variance request from that neighbor. So there, I have seen nor received any negative feedback to the proposal. And I don't believe anyone's here to speak on it on a negative basis. So no negative feedback and a positive staff.
okay. Very good. Any more discussion from the board or any questions for the petitioner?
No.
Okay, in that case, I would entertain a motion on this variance.
I'll make a motion to approve the variance as presented.
And a second?
A second.
Okay, all in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Jamila, I'm not sure if we heard you.
Oh, yeah, I said at the same time as you. I.
Okay, thanks. Okay, so Jeff, are those noted?
Yes, they are a 3-0 vote. Motion passes.
Okay, thank you. And is that the last new business?
The last item is the adjournment under 6. So,
All right.
for business.
If there's no other new business to discuss, then I would adjourn the meeting. I don't see the time, but I'd call to adjourn the meeting.
1918, 718.
7:18 for civilians.
Yeah, I was gonna say-
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thanks. Bye, Kayla. Have fun.
Thanks,
Okay.
everybody.
Thanks.
Thanks for your patience on muddling through this.
Bye.
Oh, Kayla, where are you coming from?
Dale Hollow.
Oh, I am so sorry to interrupt.
Hey, hey, I'm at Dale Hollow too. See the background there?
Oh, neat.
I get a bit good signal on the top of the houseboat, so.
Yeah, uh-huh.
And I'll be there Thursday evening as well. I'm going to review that primary plat tomorrow, so.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you,
All right.
So
Kyle.
I don't know how you did it.
All right, see you guys.
All right, see ya.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, how do we stop the recording?
I'm going to call you, Scott, while you've got Jeff with you.
Okay. Are you gonna shut down the recording?
I'm going to shut down my end of it, and then you'll have to end the meeting, I think, on yours and also on the Board of Zoning Appeals,
Okay.
whatever's running that one.
Okay.